Listen to this. If your penis isn't as hard as it once was, if you feel exhausted, or if you find yourself avoiding closeness, not because you want to, but because your body isn't reacting, perhaps it's not aging. It might be something much more straightforward and easily fixed. A lack of 3 particular vitamins that your body is grousing for in silence. I'm Dr. Mohit Khera, a men's health expert with more than 30 years of expertise in helping men over 60 restore the vitality, energy, and sexual confidence they believed had been permanently lost. Most doctors won't tell you this. Many elderly guys are weak in circulation, stamina, and hormone support, not desire. Additionally, the remedy usually begins in your kitchen rather than a drugstore. I'll show you today which 3 vitamins are essential for any man over 60 and how they can help you regain your natural erection, increase your testosterone levels, and revitalize your energy. Hold on, because I'll also tell you the most harmful vitamin-taking error males make in a moment, along with how to prevent it from happening tonight. Make sure to click the subscribe button and activate the notification bell before we begin, so you don't miss any more important health advice tailored to guys over 60. Additionally, put 1 in the comments if this message resonates with you. Type 0 if it doesn't. And tell me how I can help you even more with this stuff. Okay, let's get right to the point. Let's start with the first and most often disregarded step in helping men over 60 regain their natural erections and blood flow. Your body was accustomed to producing it naturally, particularly after spending time outside, but levels drastically decline with age. Your performance, energy, and circulation also suffer. For you, vitamin D, often referred to as the sunshine vitamin, may serve as the cornerstone for regaining your strength and self-assurance. Let me tell you why. 1. Vitamin D, the circulation spark plug. I can still clearly recall my first encounter with Paul, a 67-year-old man. He was perceptive, intelligent, and extremely irritated. I still want to be close to my wife, Doc, but my body isn't cooperating anymore, he stated. Over the years, I've heard hundreds of guys make that silent confession. And more often than not, a miraculous medication isn't the first step toward rekindling that flame. It's vitamin D. One of the most underappreciated minerals for men's health after age 60 is vitamin D. We often consider it to be merely something that comes from the sun or that children require for healthy bones. In actuality, however, vitamin D has a strong and direct impact on male performance. It's the switch that opens your blood vessels and distributes oxygen-rich blood to all parts of your body, including the parts that make you a man. Without it, energy levels fall, circulation slows, and intimacy becomes more challenging than necessary. Vitamin D deficiency affects more than 40% of older persons. I'm referring to nice men who work out and eat healthily, yet nevertheless ask themselves, why don't I feel like myself anymore? Your body makes less nitric oxide, a chemical necessary for blood flow and sexual function, when your vitamin D levels are low. It's not only about having sex, it all comes down to confidence, clarity, and endurance. Fortunately, correcting a defect doesn't involve difficult procedures. You may drastically change how your body functions by getting 15 to 20 minutes of morning sunlight, eating extra salmon, tuna, or fortified dairy, and taking high-quality vitamin D3 supplements. I've witnessed patients who were barely able to complete a block walk suddenly feel rejuvenated and reunited with their relationships. This is not a theory, it's chemistry. It's also among the easiest methods to get your strength back. Despite its potency, vitamin D can only carry you so far, because your body still requires energy to move, sustain, and transform blood into action even if it is flowing properly. Our second vitamin can help with that. Additionally, it could be the secret to regaining the energy you've been lacking if you've ever felt exhausted for no apparent cause. Next, let's discuss it. 2. The energy-producing vitamin B12. A few years ago, I treated a patient named Robert. He was a proud grandfather and a 72-year-old retired firefighter. Despite his tough facade, he appeared exhausted. He said, "Doctor, even though I eat my meals and get 8 hours of sleep, I still feel like I'm dragging through the day. My body is exhausted, my mind is cloudy, and I simply lack the energy to spend quality time with my wife." Because his tale was so widely shared and yet simple to overlook, it stayed with me. The characteristic vitamin B12 insufficiency Robert was describing is something I encounter in many men over 60. This vitamin is essential for the synthesis of energy. Your body cannot effectively transform food into usable energy without it. Your body cannot function properly without adequate B12, regardless of how well you eat or how much sleep you get. Additionally, it is essential for the formation of red blood cells, which transport oxygen to your brain, muscles, and yes, even your sexual organs. In the absence of such cells, everything slows down. Your endurance wanes, your concentration wanes. You could feel cut off from the things that formerly excited you. Here's the catch though. Your body's capacity to absorb vitamin B12 from diet decreases with age. It may not be sufficient even if you consume dairy, eggs, or meat. This explains why, even when all of their fundamental health indicators appear to be in good condition on paper, so many older men experience fatigue, weakness, or mental fog. Surprisingly, the answer is straightforward. Increasing B12 with high-quality supplements or, in certain situations, injections given by a doctor can significantly improve physical endurance, mental clarity, and the feeling of being awake once again. After fixing a weakness they were unaware they possessed, I have witnessed guys go from afternoon slumber to hiking, laughter, and being totally present with their loved ones. But it's not just about energy. Your body must be protected as well, something that promotes the very hormones that characterize masculinity, lowers inflammation, and fortifies blood vessels. The third vitamin can help with that. Although it is frequently referred to as the fertility vitamin, its effects extend well beyond reproduction. In fact, your circulation and testosterone levels might already be declining without it. Let's examine it more closely. The fertility defender, vitamin E. I recall talking to James, a 70-year-old retired pilot who arrived at my clinic feeling bewildered and unhappy. I eat properly, I work out, I'm doing everything correctly, doc. But lately I feel a little odd. My drive is low, I'm not recovering as quickly as I used to, and to be honest, I don't feel like a man anymore. That really got to me. James was devoted to his health, disciplined and proud, because he wasn't sloppy or sluggish. However, he was lacking something that even the majority of physicians hardly ever discuss: vitamin E. Vitamin E is more than simply a skin vitamin or a reproductive aid. In terms of male health, particularly for those over 60, it is a powerful tool. This vitamin is a natural antioxidant, which means it combats inflammation and oxidative stress that silently harm your hormones, blood vessels, and reproductive systems as you age. Blood flow becomes weaker, testosterone levels fall, and energy levels plummet when inflammation increases. It's steady, but not instantaneous. Unaware of it, men like James start to lose their advantage. Vitamin E's capacity to maintain healthy circulation and flexible blood vessels is what makes it so crucial. Arousal isn't the only factor in erections. They have to do with blood flow. Additionally, performance declines when blood cannot get to its destination. That's not all, though. Additionally, vitamin E improves the efficiency of testosterone production in your body, and that's more important than ever after the age of 60. The effects of low testosterone extend beyond the bedroom. It has an impact on your motivation, attitude, and feeling of direction. The good news is that vitamin E restoration is simple and safe. Excellent sources include leafy greens like spinach or Swiss chard, almonds, sunflower seeds, and olive oil. Or, if necessary, a natural vitamin E supplement of superior quality can help bridge the gaps. I've witnessed men like James return months later smiling, feeling stronger, more incisive, and more reconnected to life. You may be wondering what happens if you take these three vitamins together. Do they collaborate in any way to increase outcomes? Yes, is the response. When taken properly, these nutrients can actually have a cascading impact that changes not just your erections or energy levels, but also how you age as a whole. Let's investigate how. 4. Why these three vitamins complement each other. I had a patient named Walter years ago. He was a 68-year-old former high school coach who had always taken great satisfaction in remaining active and intelligent. After feeling exhausted, he added B12 to his long-term vitamin D intake, and after I explained how vitamin E affects testosterone, He began taking it as well. However, nothing made sense until he began taking all three regularly and in the recommended dosages. I recall him remarking, "Doctor, I don't know what you did, but I feel like I've got a new engine," as he entered my office one afternoon, beaming broadly. That is how synergy works. These vitamins enhance and assist one another rather than functioning alone. Vitamin D increases nitric oxide, which enhances circulation. Red blood cell synthesis is increased by vitamin B, which facilitates oxygen transport through the enhanced circulation. Additionally, vitamin E helps control the testosterone that gives you energy and drive, while also protecting and nourishing the blood vessels that carry it all. Each of them has a part to play on its own, but when combined, they form what I refer to as the vitality triangle: circulation, energy, and hormonal support, all functioning in unison. As you get older, your body doesn't recover as quickly, so this is extremely crucial. Recovery takes longer, inflammation increases, nutrient absorption slows down, and one missing component might cause everything to go wrong. However, your body begins to recall how it used to feel when you balance these three. When it matters most, you might wake up feeling more rested, thinking more clearly, and reacting more quickly. Emotionally as well as physically, confidence comes back. Furthermore, no prescribed drug can produce it. Walter was no different. Numerous men who take these nutrients seriously and incorporate them into their everyday regimen have shown me this similar transformation. Here's the problem though. Most males never experience these advantages. Why? Because they're unwittingly committing a typical error that negates the very advancement they're attempting to achieve. And you may be doing it yourself if you're not careful. Let's discuss what that error is and how to correct it. 5. The biggest error most men make. One morning, Gerald, a male, entered my office with a large grocery bag filled with pills. He was 74, intelligent, well-read, and obviously making every effort to manage his health. "Doctor, I've been taking all of these for months, but I still feel tired and foggy, and honestly, nothing's improving down there," he remarked, spreading all the bottles on my desk. His voice carried a tone of disappointment that I've heard all too often. Assuming that taking supplements alone is sufficient is the largest mistake men make, especially those over 60. They believe all vitamins are the same, so they purchase inexpensive synthetic versions from bargain shops or online. However, they're not. Whether your body absorbs and uses a vitamin or simply flushes it out depends on its form, quality, and amount. For instance, vitamin B12. Many older men are unable to convert cyanocobalamin, which is used in the majority of generic products. Methylcobalamin, the active form that your body can truly use, is what you want instead. Vitamin D is no different. Although D2 is less expensive than D3, it is far less effective. Additionally, synthetic forms of vitamin E may not provide your body with the complete spectrum it needs to promote circulation and testosterone. Another error, inconsistency. It won't make a difference to take a vitamin once or twice a week when you remember. Rhythm is what your body thrives on. To replenish energy, restore blood flow, and maintain hormone balance, it requires consistent assistance. Instead of looking for a fast fix, this is about building a daily foundation. Gerald saw a significant change after he started consuming higher quality forms on a regular basis. After a month, he informed me that he was feeling more like a man again, waking up with more energy and sleeping better. Trying harder didn't bring about that change. It resulted from doing it correctly. The next step is to put everything together now that you know what works and what doesn't. How can I truly incorporate this into my day without making it complicated, you ask? That's precisely what we'll talk about next. A straightforward, doable regimen that any guy may adhere to every day to promote vitality, performance, and energy. Let's develop your strategy. 6. Your daily vitality routine. One of the first things older men ask me, frequently with a mixture of trepidation and optimism, is, "Doc, just tell me what to do each day." I don't require complexity. All I need is anything that functions. I greatly respect your question because most men aren't searching for gimmicks or fads at this point in their lives. They want a plan that gives them strength again, stability, and simplicity. Allow me to introduce you to Frank, a 66-year-old retired carpenter who sought my help after experiencing months of bad sleep, low vitality, and waning confidence in the bedroom. We didn't completely change his life. Everything changed when we developed a simple yet effective routine centered around the vitamins we've been discussing. Frank would begin his day every morning with a protein-rich meal, his B12 vitamin, and a full glass of water. He would walk outside for 15 minutes after breakfast to help promote the body's natural production of vitamin D. He took a premium vitamin D3 supplement with his first meal if it was overcast or cold. He got his vitamin E from a handful of almonds or sunflower seeds and topped his lunch salad with a drizzle of olive oil. That was it. Avoid extremes, just thoughtful, modest decisions. In just a few weeks, Frank reported feeling more confident, having more energy to play with his grandchildren, and wanting to be near his wife more than he had in the past. He felt like himself again, but he was a stronger, more mature version of himself rather than a younger one. In actuality, you don't require a lot of medications or intricate regimens. A consistent routine, the correct nutrients in the right forms, and an attitude that says, "I'm still in control of my health," are what you need, since you are. As we come to a close, I would like to leave you with one more message that every man over 60 should hear, but seldom does. The answer may surprise you if you've ever questioned if it's too late to feel powerful, wanted, and completely alive once more. Let's discuss that. Conclusion. If you have read thus far, I would like to take a time to talk to you as a man who has spent more than 30 years sitting across from men just like you, not as a doctor. Men with extensive life experiences. Men who have established legacies, raised families, and put in a lot of work. Men who now wonder why their bodies don't feel the same as they once did. It is not a show of weakness to ask such question. It's an indication that you're still struggling and looking for the fortitude, vigor, and connection that give life purpose. And I have a great deal of respect for that. We have discussed 3 important vitamins. Your blood arteries can be opened and blood flow restored, where it is most needed with the help of vitamin D, the circulation spark plug. Your brain, muscles, and endurance are powered by vitamin B12. And vitamin E, the reproductive protector that keeps your system functioning properly, promotes testosterone, and guards your heart. However, knowing their names isn't the source of true strength. It results from incorporating them into your daily routine. In actuality, these nutrients do more than just help your body function. They help you feel like yourself again when you wake up. And they also promote your identity, confidence, and presence in your relationship. I've witnessed it too often to be skeptical. And I've seen men find a second wind that completely changed their lives when they thought their finest years were over. What comes next? You decide that. You can put the things you've heard today on a shelf. You can also take action. You have the option to grant your body what it has been subtly requesting. That walk can wait until morning. Take that vitamin consciously. Accept your future and your health, because I am aware of this. It is definitely not too late, not even close. There is still time for you to feel more resilient. You have time to get back in touch. Additionally, you still have time to be the man you are, completely, fearlessly, and without regret. By coming here, you've already made the first step. It's time for the next one now. Don't keep it to yourself if this video resonated with you, offered you guidance, or made you think. Please click the like button to let us know that this content is having an impact. Give it to a brother, friend, or other loved one who should hear this message. Additionally, please leave a comment below if you have a moment. Tell me what struck a chord with you the most, or let me know what you would like me to talk about next. This space is shaped in part by your voice. Please consider making a little payment to support the channel and enable us to continue producing content for guys over 60. Better research, production, and reaching more men in need are the goals of every piece. I'm honored to have you here because you're not just observing, you're joining a movement. I'll see you in the upcoming video. And now, take care of yourself.